betrayal, anger, a heart weighed down by pain. We've all faced moments when someone we trusted let us down. But how do we move forward when the hurt feels overwhelming? This is a story of a young man wrestling with his emotions, seeking peace in the face of betrayal. In a quiet moment at the mosque, a chance encounter leads him to reflect on a powerful lesson from our faith, one that has the potential to heal even the heaviest of hearts. Listen closely, for this story may hold the answer you've been searching for. Ahmed's heart felt heavy as he paced back and forth in his small living room. His phone sat on the coffee table, screen lit with endless messages and notifications. Each one felt like a slap in the face. Everyone was talking about the rumors his best friend Omar had spread. "He was like a brother to me," Ahmed muttered, his voice trembling with anger. How could he do this? His younger sister Amina peeked into the room. She could see the storm brewing in Ahmed's eyes. "Ahmed, dinner is ready," she said softly, hesitating by the door. "I'm not hungry," he snapped, his voice sharper than he intended. Amina didn't flinch. Instead, she offered a small, knowing smile. "Baba always says, when your heart feels heavy, it's time to go to the mosque. Maybe you should give it a try." Ahmed sighed, running a hand through his hair. He wasn't in the mood to talk, but something in Amina's words tugged at him. Without another word, he grabbed his jacket and left for the mosque. Ahmed found a quiet corner and sat down, burying his face in his hands. His heart still burned with anger and betrayal, but the stillness of the mosque made him feel seen, as if Allah knew his pain. "Son, you look troubled," a gentle voice interrupted his thoughts. Ahmed looked up to see an elderly man with kind eyes standing beside him. The man sat down, his prayer beads clicking softly in his hands. Ahmed hesitated for a moment, but finally spoke. "It's my best friend," he began, his voice low. "He betrayed me. He spread lies about me, and now everyone thinks I'm someone I'm not." The old man nodded thoughtfully. "That kind of pain cuts deep. But can I share a story with you?" Ahmed shrugged. He didn't have anything to lose. The elder leaned in slightly, his voice calm and steady. "When the Prophet Muhammad went to the city of Ta'if, he was hoping to find support. Instead, the people mocked him. They threw stones at him until his sandals were soaked with his own blood. Can you imagine the humiliation and pain he must have felt?" Ahmed's eyes widened as he pictured the scene. "But do you know what he did next?" the elder asked, his gaze steady. Ahmed shook his head, his curiosity growing. He raised his hands and made dua. And what did he pray for? Not punishment for those who hurt him. Number. He said, "O Allah, guide them, for they do not know." He forgave them even in the midst of his pain. That's the strength of true forgiveness, my son. It's not weakness, it's freedom. Ahmed sat in silence, the story sinking deep into his heart. The elder continued, "When you forgive for the sake of Allah, you free yourself. Anger and resentment are like carrying a heavy stone. It only weighs you down." That night, Ahmed prayed long and hard. The words of the elder played over and over in his mind. By the time he finished, he had made his decision. The next day, Ahmed found Omar sitting alone at a cafe. His friend looked smaller somehow, as if the weight of his guilt had shrunk him. When Omar saw Ahmed approaching, his eyes widened with fear. "Ahmed, I forgive you," Ahmed said, his voice steady but kind. Omar froze, his mouth slightly open in shock. "You forgive me?" "For the sake of Allah, yes," Ahmed said. "We all make mistakes. I just hope you'll learn from this." Omar's eyes filled with tears. "I'm so sorry, Ahmed. I don't deserve your forgiveness, but thank you." As Ahmed walked home, he felt something he hadn't felt in weeks, a profound sense of peace. The anger that had weighed on his heart was gone, replaced with a lightness he hadn't known he needed.